Welcome back. Well, first quarter earnings are gradually winding down. Let's look at earnings in the services sector, of listed companies. Join us now, Mr. Ambrose Amordian. He's the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consulting. Also joined me right here in the studio. Great to have you. Quite interesting Q1. We've seen a couple of results so far. We've seen the ones that have been impacted by the currency devaluation at this time. So talk to me about, the ones that stand out for you.
Actually, we start from the banking sector. I think they are still leading the market in terms of performance. And people say...
And leading the market down. With the all-share index, with that major correction. Some say it's a bear market, but some say it's a correction, I guess.
Yeah, it's correction. Yeah, because it's not for me, just for pullback and also rebound.
Right, because we're still 30% off for the year.
But I believe that the banks have given us direction where they are going, despite the capitalization plan that is on ground. But for the time investor, this is a time you look at if you not invest in the market without having banking stock in your portfolio. I said last time I came to this program, if you remember, what I said is that yes, we have seen their first quarter. Give you insight for the year. And also, monetary policy is not going to stop rate hike tomorrow. As far as they are hiking rate, the banks will still making more money. And also, with the holding structure these banks are pursuing, it's for a purpose. It's not just because they love you or they love me. It's for a purpose they are pursuing the holding structure. Don't forget that during the time of Soludo, when they were having a universal banking license, they have all these subsidiary around them. And they had a successful recapitalization that year. Also, banks are going back to that before they start their capitalization. Most of the banks, those bank is just trying to put its own before he hit the market with his own. Others are there. Also, if you look at GDP result, the holding structure have represented their result also. Like all guys are on first holding, FBN holding to see what. Or if you look at also Stanbic results, you are still in part of holding company because the impact of the insurance earning alone on that number shows that because the branch into insurance last 3 years ago, they're also impacting their numbers already. And if you guys see when you see Sterling Bank going to Sterling Bank going to holding company, you know why they are going there because they know that this area that you can do other business that will impact your bottom line. But the good thing is that look at the top line of the Fugas. The one that hit their first quarter, because none of this bank result is below 3 naira as earning per share for first quarter of the year, and most of them post 3 naira for a full year in previous years, 5 years ago or 3 years ago. But now, first quarter, you are seeing bank like GT post almost 16 naira, Zenith Bank 18 naira 90 kobo, what's it called? UBA almost 4 naira, and Access almost 4 naira. For first quarter, that means for first quarter, I can say for Zenith Bank, I spent around the end of the year 25 naira at the end of the year, or around the 14 at the end of the year. For me, that is that even though they increase their share in issue, the capacity of kind of sustain their earnings is there. And also, if CBN, like I said, they're not going to stop rate hike in the nearest future, let's say next week or that means these banks also at the end of second quarter, they're going to also post the total number.
Because we see in the US, even though they're nearing their inflation targets at this time, it's still hard getting the US Fed to actually cut rates. At this time.
They have said that for me, I must use the economic data to take my decision. Now you have seen that inflation have slowed down. But you see that it has not hit the 2% target. That is its own position. But for here, we just see a slowdown in our last inflation that came this week. That let's slow down. But we cannot say inflation in Nigeria is slowing down because I'll tell you that at the end of May, we know where we're going. It's because we saw some appreciation in Naira and people now slow down. Price came down little the month of April because as from late March to early April, we're seeing dollar coming as well as almost 1,200 before coming back again. That also reflected on some goods. People also have to bring their price. That was just saw that. And also, despite that it's an off harvest season, we're still saying that. For me, I believe that it may tell us where we are going. At the same time, the good thing is that for those that are in banking stock, what I mentioned is that don't forget that most of the money Fugas paying 3 dividend from end of half year. And look at their first quarter result alone. And also their retained earnings that is not part of their new capital structure. They are not sitting on heavy money. Retained earnings of Zenith Bank is about 1.4 trillion. What lot of assets was about 850 billion, and GDP is about 930 billion.
Even though they can't use that for the recapitalization.
Yes, not they can't use that. And also,
but they have a war chest.
And also, no, their first quarter results that if they are at the end of Q2, you are seeing impressive number. With their retained earnings, they can give you a good dividend. No, don't forget that last year also a shift from 30 kobo to 50 kobo. It's possible that from 50 kobo we've seen 80 kobo 1 naira. That will also give investors more confidence to come back and invest in these banks.
All right, looking at the banking index, at this time, it was over 1,000 points, before the correction started. Now about 700 level. So I'm wondering, where do you think the bottom is for this banking index?
If you look at the weight of the Fugas on that index. When the figures are correcting, you feel it that when the second tier banks are correcting. Now I believe that once we start seeing they are closer to the end of the quarter, by in the last 2 weeks we are entering the last month of the second quarter of the year. That means we are approaching the second half of the year also. At the same time, investors know that all those first year banks pay what interim dividend. They start positioning, and also most of them are just telling, like Stanbic just say, I'm going to do 550 billion, new capital. Then for Zenith Bank, we are coming to see around 800 billion or 750 billion, addition. That means almost a trillion. If they have already 270 billion already, and now they are going to raise about 750 billion, that's about a trillion. That means that these banks are really trying to solidify themselves. Even by tomorrow, I've seen a lot of correction of activity. They are not shaking because they are solid enough. For me, it's a good one. Even CBN also have indirectly put another policy to pull out all the money in circulation back. Because for you to say, bank, don't use your earnings. Go to the public, go to everywhere, bring this money back to the, also. For me, this is a way of making our banks stronger. Also, at the end of the day, now impact on the economy. Only that CBN should also start relaxing so that the economy can benefit from it. Because if you're having high interest rate, the economy has to move. Well, not because if I can't go to any bank now and collect a loan of 32% to run my business. Because of you want to checkmate inflation. You need to balance it. That is why in China, we saw that they know that they want to drive the economy, they reduce their interest rate. And so also government is also injecting funds to stimulate the economy. They know that without the economy, there's no nation. Now you almost will be wrong. That is why even though you want to doing our own, let's have stable exchange rate for whatever, fine, but let the economy run because the economy that oil the whole thing. If the economy is not running, your policy for me is not effective.
Exactly.
Even though we are praising you, clapping your hand, but if business are closing down, unemployment is on the high rate because at the end of 1 year in this office, in this government, we need to ask, okay, what has been our unemployment rate? Has it improved or not? Okay, what is our poverty level? We want to know this because if policy is working, also I know that it's not overnight that that's the impact of the policy, but we should look at assess the economy.
Want to see some kind of improvement with the scorecard, with most of these macroeconomic indicators. Well, let's look at some delistings, delisting requests right now on the NGX. The latest kid on the block is MRS Oil.
Yeah.
And they have declared, they've set 135 naira per share as exit consideration for the delisting. How do you see investors, reacting to this?
No, I think investors should not be surprised hearing such because every stock on the exchange is free entry and free exit.
Right. Once
they are saying they are going, how can we partake on that exit? Because the day they came in, we were doing at the first end. They came on their own. They are parking their load and leaving the market. They will park their load. But the good news is that before you leave the market, compensate your shareholders, and which was seen in light. That is why I we call the attention of Owando should look at what this Emirates is doing. If really they are supposed to go, it should pay investors good money to go. But I believe that the way Owando is going now, I'm not seeing them leaving the market because Owando should play the role of what stapler. So they can see that rather in the OTC market is doing excellently well. And they are the same crude oil business. We expect that Owando at this time should look at all these numbers and see that these companies are posting better numbers and also emulate from them. We need Owando to be transparent so that investors can put more hope because this is a company that has stood aside almost 280 before now. Coming down to almost 2 naira, 3 naira, coming back now around 16 naira. We need more results to boost confidence and people to invest in Owando. For me, that is a stock that investors in the market should watch. If you are seeing Seplat at almost 3,000 naira, rather in OTC almost 3,000 naira, if Owando should put their house together, also Owando less than 200 naira in the next 1 year.
So this MRS, this number 135 naira per share for MRS, that's good.
It's good. It's good.
Investors are okay.
No, it's good. For me, they move from as low as 40 naira to this price, and they are paying you at this time. But for me, that they want to go into merger or business with Dangote, and for going to such big business, you need to be listed. So that transparency will be shown. But now they're going to, you are going. It depends on the shareholders if you approve it. But for me, if you are going to go into business with something like Dangote Oil,
you should be listed.
Yeah, it should be honest so that it will be transparent between you and so that people now are more comfortable. It's a choice. I say free entry and free exit.
Okay, what are you seeing for next week? Now, some say another bearish, another correction for the NGX all sharing.
Yeah, okay, for me it might be, but I expect to see a mixed market because already we are seeing investors taking advantage of the pullbacks to take position into value companies. Because when you see pullback, you buy into them. We saw the life of Zenith Bank moving as high as 47 down to almost around 32. Once around 30, 28, you jump in again because they are, dividend is around the corner. Also for stock like UBA, and also stock like we call it NACO. NACO is in the aviation industry, and it's a leader there. It's a company that paid you 2 naira, 54 kobo for 2023, and the previous year they paid you 1 naira 20 kobo. You can see that from 1 naira 20 kobo in 2022 to 2 naira, that is almost 100% increase for that. And their first quarter earnings show where they are going. As an investor, if you are really into dividend game, this is where you start investing. Now they thought as high as 37. Now it's come back as almost at 30 now. Around that 30, start buying, because I don't expect that company around 20 again.
Right.
Because the first quarter I've given you an indication where they are going, a sign where they are going, a signal that for me, this how to invest. Don't think until the stock, what I say, the stock market is bearish. This one, you know why you are in the market, because you have different objective. Trader like me, I say, let me hold my cash. But investor, take advantage of pull back and buy more. But investor, look at where is the return around to buy so that we cannot make.
And with the cost of living crisis, you definitely hope those investors have money to come back into this market.
No, this is period of dividend. As you are any dividend, don't eat all your dividend. I know that the economy
don't eat it all.
Yeah, I know that the economy is there, but invest part of your dividend back to the market to grow your capital. That's why you are an investor. Or if there are any dividend, for example,
the richest man in Babylon will say, don't eat all your.
Exactly. That is the game.
All right, thank you so much. It's great having your perspective, Mr. Ambrose Amordian, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited. Thank you so much for coming out. All right, that's the show. Remember, you can watch us again on our YouTube channel, and you can also get more investment tips right here on Capital Market. I'm Ladi Williams from the team right here at Channels HQ. It's bye for now.